Sup shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SB Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out 3 tracks from a New York based music producer titled Digi. Digi, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, for digital. And then we've got 3 tracks from him. I'm going to switch over to here. We've got Badguy featuring Shelly and Dro. We've got No Love featuring Dro. And then we've got Badguy raps and Dro with Fuck Your Feelings. So Badguy, No Love, and Fuck Your Feelings. I'm going to start with Badguy. I'm going to go through each of these one by one. And we're going to hear what we think. Oh, this is very... the bass. Badguy. There's so much going on within that first, like, how many? 13 seconds. You've got some guitar parts, you've got that bass coming on a second run, you got some vocal sort of samples, and then it's just, there's no messing around. It's a really good first impression. I get the sort of impression that Digi as a music producer and the music, you know, the other artists that he works with, they like to make music that doesn't sort of mess around. They're straight into it, straight into the business.
Girl, I'm not the bad guy. You know I'm sorry for hurting you.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean it to happen. I was in a mood and I don't wanna be losing you.
It's very gentle, isn't it? Very loving kind of composition here.
So don't walk out on me in the blue. Girl, let me just explain. See what's just entertainment.
Very exotic kind of guitar line being played there, that melody. I like how it runs with the drums and the bass. A little bit of vocal modulation there. A bit of light auto-tune in there, just for effect. Nice panning there. I can assume as well it says Badguy the EP, so this is off the same EP. That's awesome. Well done for Digi producing an EP. That's awesome. Got the album art here as well. Digi Play Music. I got a little bit of Spanish in there as well. Nice.
Why you lying? Tell me why you lying. All you do is lie and cheat. Yeah, I know that you're wishing that I let it go, but I won't forgive you so easily. No.
There's like a little bit of like, there's obviously attraction and tension between the people involved in the track, but obviously the bad guy, the lying, the cheating, sort of not treating each other particularly well is what's been communicated here, and the struggle of kind of coming to terms and coping with that. Oh. Nice, yeah, man. The production is really professional, actually, like... I'm liking the ABC structure. You got like a verse, and kind of like a pre-chorus and a chorus, and that sort of repeating itself with the intro. I'm assuming there'll be sort of instrumental outro as well. I could be wrong, but just I'm really blown away by how much expertise is on display from Digi in terms of how all the instruments have been sort of EQ'd and sort of panned, and you know, the mastering chain, it's nice and loud without sort of pumping and having that sort of like rather nasty kind of, you know, when you can hear the track literally breathing because it's not done well. You don't have any of that issues here. Digi is pretty on point, and it pays homage to the talent on display being shown from Charlie and Dro as well. It's really cool. I can hear everything that's being sung really clearly, sung and rapped really clearly. It's a lovely listening experience, to be honest. Tamo, I love you. A little bit of that woodwind in there as well. It's soaring, dude.
I know you see me as a bad guy. I heard you many times, I'm sorry. sometimes I would lie. I know the truth will hurt you. I'm trying to keep you safe, I'm sorry. Why you show it?
Nice little bit of repeater on that.
Approaching, yo. Do not leave me, I'll be broken, yo. I would never go and show it, yo. Girl, I said that I'm sorry.
Nice filter work as well, going back to the last hook. I love you, but I'm sorry.
If you do forgive me, let me know. Let me know.
No, I don't know Spanish well enough to be able to translate that. Lovely texture to this. They're singing in a way in these choruses that is very authentic to the main message of the song, and it sounds like they're in that situation where they're dealing with that kind of BS within their relationship. You know, although there has been this dishonesty and sort of malpractice, they're hoping they can be forgiven because they do love each other and they do want to hold each other close, you know. People have been hurt, you know. I think that the collection of different instruments within this track is well thought out. That those woodwinds are fairly mournful. Sort of like a harmonic or melodic minor scale. And like that main sort of musical theme has been repeated throughout, but there's enough variation of lyrics and sort of instruments going in and out, and that filter work just before that final outro was really cool too. It kept it interesting for the 3 minutes 41. Again, really great first impression. This is obviously a music producer who has honed their craft and really knows what they're doing. And this is the kind of quality of output of release you need on an EP. But yeah, that was Badguy from Digi featuring Shelly and Dro. Digi feat Shelly and Dro. And now I've got Digi. I'm New Zealand accent. We say digital, but this is digital. Digi featuring Dro. No Love. Let's go. Is it Dro? I'm loving this sort of really atmospheric synth work here in that build there. Oh, 808 strong, man.
Digi play music, got a his boy.
Hey, nice work. Just want to give a shout out to really harnessing that 808 there. It sounds super slick and it's present in the mix without being overpowering. Just the right amount of compression on it. Good job.
Everybody's shady, look.
Everybody's shady.
Hey, look, niggas hating on me, they can join the line. Shorty says she love me, baby, I don't got no time. Yeah, pull up on her, shorty looking super fine. If a nigga violate, we gon' end his life. Oh, why that nigga knows?
Man, this is a very different vibe to Badguy. If you violate, ain't gonna end this life. Damn, man. No punches held.
I got a drip, I make your shorty take a swim. She on her knees like she just committed a sin. I don't lose the niggas, wish that I would win, but I'm all up and I'm gone out of way. She gon' hit me up for the day. I just want her money in the safe.
Alright, what are we building into? Cool. Oh, right. I mean, like, in terms of the instrumentation and how it's all been put together, it's I mean, there's those builds, those kind of rises, and you've got those pads at the start, the 808s and the kick. It's one of those compositions where he's putting in as much as he needs to give plenty of room, but only as much in order to give the Dro enough room to really do his thing as an artist, as a rapper, you know, like. Because he's obviously going between rapping and then those kind of sort of pseudo clean lyrics, clean singing vocals in that chorus that have like a chorus or a harmonizer on them. It's so fresh sounding, dude. There's been really nice EQing done on the mastering chain. Well, that portamento on that bass synth is pretty sick. Nice repeater, dude. Ooh.
She said that I'm a baby. Got a crosses on my neck, then it cross. cross me. Women say they love me, but I know they never love me. All they do is hate it while they praying from the sidelines. Draw the line, you cross it, I'ma hit you in your jawline. Niggas start retreating like the LeBron headline. I don't wanna talk nothing. I can see the fake love. Yeah. I can see the fake love. I can see the fake.
I really do dig those clean vocals in that interlude. I'm loving it. I'm loving the way he delivered them. I'm loving. There was passion in that performance. You know, it was understated, but there was some sort of emotional intensity in that, and it made it very believable. And I just kind of got sucked into it for a moment. It was a slow kind of, it was a slow glide upwards, and like sort of a crescendo. And I know it kind of, I know where we're going with it. It really sucks that he's had this kind of experience with women, you know? That people aren't being real with him, you know? It sucks, it's a shame. Those kicks are really punchy as well. Everything's been... The attacks and decays never sit well. Where are we going with this? I've loved these portamentos since they're a nice contrast to the very kind of dum, boom, boom, boom. You know, it's smooth. It's seamless. It's sultry. It's a very sexy sounding instrument, actually. I'm going to sort of see if I can make that on a few of my synths later on. But then remembering, of course, that imitation is flattery. I don't think I'll be able to get it sounding as good as this guy, though. He's pretty on point with the way he sets up his instruments in a mix. Well done, Digi. Continue listening, of course. But No Love, I understand what it's about. Communicated very eloquently. I mean, I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that feeling of nobody really taking them seriously, no one being honest with them. Because that crash at the end was charming. That was a very nice way to sort of end things. It was just a very kind of final kind of... Done. We're finished. No love. No love for anyone. The heart is cold. Not having a good time. And I mean that genuinely as well. I'm sorry to... If that's an experience that Dro has with people, you know, in his life, then and hopefully you can find people that actually really do care about him. You need to be able to trust the people around you, eh? But I understand why there's no love. So that was Badguy, though. Digi and Dro for No Love, and Digi feat Shelly and Dro for Badguy. I wonder what Digi featuring Badguy raps and Dro is going to be like. I'm guessing Dro must be Digi's kind of sort of main collaboration teammate. You know what I mean? Like main collaborator. There we go. I don't know why it took me so long to say collaborator. They work really well together. I think Digi understands Dro's strengths really well, and that there's a lot of cohesion, and it works really well. Fuck your feelings.
Young niggas know about it. I got money and I'm counting.
I'm loving this filtered work with the high pass.
First off, fuck your feelings and anything you claim. On two legs we both stand, but we just not the same. Most likely you on the sideline trying to get in the game. I've been doing it for a minute, about an inch from Hall of Fame.
Y'all niggas not about it. Y'all niggas not about it. Y'all can't do this flexing.
I love that hi-hat. I love that. Usually you get like, which is fine. Or you get, but that's just like those little changes. That little subtle groove has an effect on the way people will interact with this track. I love that. Thank you for changing up those hi-hats. Kind of a sort of pseudo 16th note groove, eh?
Y'all niggas not about it. Y'all niggas not about it. Shorty let me know I'm counting. Look at the wrist when it's flexing. Ice dripping like a fountain. Your shorty said that she about it. Y'all niggas couldn't stop this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do what I want, while you do what you can. Keep talking reckless, watch I bum on you like I'm Taliban. The world in my hands, you begging for crumbs. Trying to get higher, I am a boss with work, come get you some. Always watching my moves, that's why I call you my clone. On my live, giving me views, trying to see inside of my home.
This guy is like giving me a real don't sort of fuck with me kind of vibe that I'm living for right now. And the beauty of those extended chords and that piano work and the harmony section, along with these kind of really cool sort of dancing drums, it's just a nice juxtaposition. It kind of sounds like the guy's talking about everyday life, just going with emotions, except he's...
And like a snake how you move, you won't never come up. Even in Milwaukee with pro game, you won't get no bucks.
Hey. Y'all niggas not about it. Y'all niggas not about it. Y'all can't do this flexing. Now watch when I'm flexing. 150, I ain't stressing.
It's good that he's not accenting all of those kicks that he knows to only do the ones that are on the beat. Boom. Oh no! 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 There we go! Good. See, it's just those little things, like, he didn't go for that kick. He let there be a break in the middle of that second hook, just for a subtle shift in expectations to keep things new and interesting. Well done, Digi. Well done. So cool, dude.
Ice dripping like a fountain. Your shorty said
so cool.
Y'all niggas couldn't stop this.
I hit you hard like Ali.
I think it's like things as well, like the range of where the chorus vocals are is kind of soaring a lot like those piano parts. If you'd gone low for that chorus, it just wouldn't have had the same effect. Because then you have the contrast between that chorus section and in the verse section where there's a lot more kind of percussion work.
Come to your city, get that W. Yeah, do that on your turf. Taking home court advantage. Like LeBron in a ship. I do it for fun, you do it for funds. Nothing but profits over here. Yeah. I watch you smile in my face and plot on my back. Mad cause you in the same space. And I'm where I'm at. So tell me, how does it feel for you to never be real? Always screaming you in the yo, but don't make nothing I feel.
Oh, for real. No hesitation. Fuck your feelings.
Y'all niggas not about it. Y'all niggas not about it. Y'all niggas not about it. Shorty let me know I'm counting. Look at the wrist when it's flexing. Ice dripping like a fountain. Your shorty said that she about it. Y'all niggas couldn't stop this. Yeah, yeah.
Me being modest, better stay that you trash. You only focused on the money, but I'm the one with the bag. I try to be cool about people like you that throw people up under the bus. Let me take you to school. You can copy my moves, but can't do what I do. I heard what you.
Nice triplet flow there, man. Like, for that to be that sort of deliberate kind of... Like, there's a sense of... You can just tell. Is this Badguy raps or Dro? Either way, I think it might be Badguy raps because he has a slightly different vocal timbre, but I might have that wrong and I apologize if I do. Just, you could tell how real this is for him. It's not just a story he's telling for S&Gs. He's really sick of these people who are just in it for the cash and they're just fake and they're not real and I'm getting sort of a theme of sort of like overall dishonesty of self and not sort of being real throughout this entire experience. I think that might potentially...
You to compete, get your muscle up. You do not want no problems with me cause I come out a winner, put that on your mother, bro. I dice you up like some ground beef. It's a TKO before round 3. He'll shoot it if he stand around me. You gon' know it when them Glocks sounding.
Y'all niggas not about it. Y'all niggas not about it. Y'all can't do this flexing.
It's really great that they filtered that piano just to make it really airy and pretty. I'm loving the fact they also included a different drum kit. I think that having that sort of drum kit like in No Love wouldn't have been appropriate. It would have just been a bit too heavy for it. This is more of a classy track. Hey, Radio Filter. What a heck of a journey this was today. Wow. I'm just going to just end this audio here. Here we go. Cool. Let's have a chat about this one. I just want to say to Digi, like, straight up, this is one of the best EPs in the genre if this is like a part of an EP and I haven't misinterpreted it, this is one of the best EPs I've listened to this year. Each of the tracks has its own sort of personality, its own sort of perspective. The musicians in each of them, you know, Dro, Badguy Raps, and Shally respectively, are all playing to their strengths because Digi, you know, you've been able to write music that really benefits them and allows them to really perform at their highest peak. Especially if you've got your own sort of direction you want to go for with your own EP, you know, but for just Digi has done an exceptional job of, I think, accommodating these individual musicians who are very talented. Like I'm blown away by how sort of solid and this whole entire record is thus far. I think that they have a sort of stylistic cohesion, a sort of a thematic cohesion. I think that these themes of people not being honest and sort of getting themselves in trouble and having to cope with the aftermath of their sort of decisions. I think these are things that are both very interesting to listen to with that sort of subtle variation between these tracks. But also these are sort of ideas and concepts that I think a lot of people will be able to sort of relate to. As, you know, dishonesty is a part of everyday life, unfortunately. It is a shame that we have to that is a reality, but it is what it is. I think on the sense of the stylistic choices made, the vocal performances, the difference in how they were treated and sort of how they were mixed and different effects out of different parts. Like, there was clear distinction between choruses and verses, and there are a little change up between the choruses, which is a thing I really appreciate. I really appreciate that Digi is the kind of music producer who will actually just not copy and paste. There's variety. It keeps it interesting for the whole 3.5, 4 minutes. That's what you need. You really need to have something to keep people interested, even if it's a shorter track, even if it's below that 4-minute point. There's just so many people making music. So many. I have reviewed probably a good 300-400 tracks like this since I started reviewing music in May last year. In this sort of genre, and this is one of the most distinctive ones, and this is one of the sort of small collections I will remember, primarily because I love it. I love the overall polish to it, how it was mixed and mastered, the insight into what was required for to support the musicians, and yeah, I think it's just there's a steady formula here that DG has mastered and will continue to do so with. I think in future, if DG continues down this route with the way he writes and records music, you know, and with the artists that DG is working with, I think he's going to experience success. I genuinely believed the stories that were being told. He has a way of picking people that really complement his music production. You know, it's reciprocated. Yeah, that's basically it. I think I sort of talked about these tracks individually during the review anyway, but I guess I didn't really speak so much about Fuck Your Feelings. I guess in a sense, Fuck Your Feelings is really, again, is about looking at people who are doing what you do, but are doing it for maybe the wrong reasons, or who haven't really got their heart or skin in the game, or they're just kind of messing around and treating it like it's just about making money, or it's just a job. When in reality, it's a whole lot more than that. It's you know, for many musicians I work with, it's a lifestyle, you know. You have to really work your butt off. But yeah, that's basically my review of DG, various tracks. A shout out as well as DG to Badguy Raps Dro or Shally. Hopefully I pronounced their names right earlier on in the review than later. Apologies if I mispronounced them occasionally. I do try my best. Thank you, and please do check out all these guys' various social medias, and I'm sure they have Spotify and SoundClouds and all that. Stay cool, stay safe. Please also remember to support your local musicians at this point in time as in need. They need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next review. Spider Hens out.